Why don't we start, Alexa, with why don't you introduce yourself real quick and then tell me a little bit about why you decided to come and work with us this semester.
Sure. So, hi, my name is Alexa Alderetti. I just finished up my freshman year at University of Arizona. I'm a nutrition and human performance major, and I've worked with STEM the past year to get through Chem 151 and 152. And the reason I started working with STEM is at the beginning of first semester, I was super overwhelmed with everything really. It was such a difficult transition. I wasn't able to keep up with Chem, and it was so different than any of the other classes that I had taken. And I knew it was going to be a difficult class for me to keep up with. So I was like, I need to get on help. I need to get help so I'm able to do well in this class. And getting help from STEM has allowed me to not only pass the class, but do extremely well throughout the year.
So yeah, good for you for jumping right on it. That's not something that a lot of students really recognize coming out of high school, how important it is to get help right away. So good for you for
Thank
doing
you.
that. And once you did come over to work with us, how did things change for you?
Um, Things definitely changed. I was able to express questions that I had. I was able to get more practice with problems when we went through live lectures. I found the live lectures to be super duper helpful. I would go to every single one or try to. If not, I would make it up by watching the recordings. I didn't really watch the videos because I attended the lectures so much, so those weren't really for me, but when I did watch them, they were still extremely helpful.
Okay. Awesome. What would you say maybe helped you the most? Do you think it was the live lessons that we had?
I definitely think it was the live lessons. It gave me more of an experience to practice problems in real life, as well as if you're not getting the right answer, you're able to say, hey, I'm not really understanding this. Are you able to explain why this is the answer?
Okay. What do you think happened to your confidence after you started working with us?
It definitely increased. Was still first semester was just a trial run of just getting adjusted to college. So that was just figuring everything out, living with a roommate, not being with your parents 24/7, learning how to live on your own and balance your classes. So that's very difficult first semester, even with easier classes, but with
Mhm.
kind of harder classes with Chem, it's still an adjustment. But with second semester, you're able to um, kind of get a grip on things, and my confidence definitely increased second semester. I learned how to take exams, like what works best for me and my process of going through an exam, as well as understanding how to study and the content and getting help when you need help.
Yeah, all those things are so super important. Um, what would you say was your biggest result from the year or from the semesters?
My biggest result, so I was at the beginning of unit 4 for 152. I was definitely struggling with understanding the concepts. It wasn't really clicking and I wasn't doing super well on the lecture quizzes. I was getting like 60s. I ended up doing really well on the unit exam, and I was super, super happy with that because I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm not gonna let this defeat me. I'm going to get through this and I'm gonna do well. So I made a promise to myself and I fulfilled that promise.
I love that. So you kind of figured out how to not let the fact that it's challenging really get you down and discourage you. You kind of figured out how to use your resources to help you navigate it and turn it into what you want it to be.
Yes, exactly.
That's amazing. I love that.
Thank
That's
you.
kind of like the goal of what we teach you guys is to be able to do that. And then do you mind sharing how you ended out the semester in 152?
Sure. I ended out 152 with an A. I was able to maintain a really good record of exam scores, which I'm super, super happy with because the only thing that really kept my grade going last semester was my lab grade, which actually happened to be my like nightmare this semester, which is kind of funny, but it's really that process of getting through college and transitioning into college. Second semester will be, I won't say easier, but you'll have the process down. You'll be able to narrow things down and understand things better because you get college, you get what you're supposed to do, you have a schedule and you have a routine.
Awesome. So that's wonderful that you were able to figure that out first semester. A lot of people don't figure that out until like, senior year. So
I
you're
can't stress it enough. If you need help, get help when you need it. Don't let it go too late or else it won't help you as much
yeah,
as it will when you get it when you need it.
absolutely. So then moving forward, now that you kind of feel like you've got your footing and you've kind of figured out a lot of the skills that you need, what are you most excited about moving forward?
I am excited to not have to take chem. That is very, very exciting for me because chem is definitely not my forte. It's not usually my thing, but it definitely taught me very important lessons like get help when you need help, always persevere. Things get it's not definitely not an easy class. It's a weed out class. They are trying to get rid of you in the nicest way possible. I think that's it.
Okay. So, last question, Alexa, if you had the ability to talk to somebody going into their freshman year or somebody maybe in the middle of their freshman year and they are in your shoes where you were a year ago, what would you like to say to them? What advice would you give them?
Definitely don't be afraid to reach out. People will not reject you, whether this be professors, you go to SI sessions. There are so many on-campus resources that can help you as well. But if those are not doing enough, I was so grateful that I communicated with my mom and I was like, Mom, I'm not getting this. I need help. And she found STEM and STEM allowed me to really blossom as a student. So get that help when you need that help. Do not be afraid to ask questions. There is no stupid question. And college is definitely a transition from high school, so be easy on yourself. These classes are no joke. It is important to stay up on your work, get your homework done, and study for tests. I like to prioritize school over like a party social life, but that may not be everyone's like jam, and that's okay. But it is important to show up for these tests. They are a huge percent of your grade.
Awesome. I'm so proud that you learned all these lessons. Like it makes my heart smile
Well,
to
thank
see
you.
how much you've grown in the last year. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I'm so, so proud of all the work you've put in. It really did show in the results that you got.
Thank you so much. I truly like could not have done it without STEM, if I'm being so honest.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that, and I appreciate you taking the time to share it with us.
You have such an amazing program, and I know that you worked really, really hard to have it be at this level today. And it's so intricate and it is so well organized.
Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that.
Of course.
Thanks, Alexa.